receivers. I mentioned earlier Dennis McKinnon not coming back from knee surgery after the Super Bowl. Willie Gault, now the only veteran wide receiver they have on the field.
With Thomas in the game and in motion, it's Moorhead who makes the catch, fumbles the football at the 47-yard line. No call yet. Moorhead made the catch, and Chicago has it. And they recovered the fumble. The ball was live. And it's Moorhead who recovers his own fumble as he emerges from the bottom of the pile.
He made a great effort to get that ball back because it was loose. And right on target is Fuller. Gets it in there. And you can see it is Flynn and Cade. Cade pulling the ball loose, and Moorhead struggling, scrambling around and getting it back. Here it is again. There's Cade. We talked about him earlier. Mosi Cade coming from San Diego. They gave up a number 1 to get him. San Diego got him for a third a year ago, but they couldn't sign him.
1st and 10, Chicago from the 48-yard line. Short drop, quick pass to Gould, and Gould bumps heads, and that's a Packer trademark, but not under these circumstances, as Tim Lewis is there.
That could be bad.
Tim Lewis really takes a pop.
And he has not moved. He took that straight right into Willie Gault's helmet. There was no sliding off the helmet. It was just straight on. Hate to see that. Got it again. Gault on a little hitch. Lewis has been playing way off Gault. That's why they come back with it. Gault puts the head down, takes it straight on. And still, they continue to look at Tim Lewis.
So the Packer quarterback is the subject of attention here as the third quarter has come to an end. Green Bay on top, 12-10.
Late nights. Thursday and Friday, it's award-winning columnist Jimmy Breslin's People.
I'll show you perhaps the first human beings you've seen on television in the last 10 years.
And with Cavett on Tuesday and Wednesday.
They won't use that, will they?
2 unique reasons to watch late nights.
Good evening, I'm Terry Wood, and coming up on Channel 2 Action News right after the game, television evangelist Pat Robertson quit his job in the 700 Club today to spend more time on trying to become president.
In Washington, the nation's capital, the word around town is German.
Facts.
The #1 imported German beer in Washington.
Michael Landon teams up with some very special friends. Plus, Oscar winner William Hurt's latest role on Entertainment Tonight.
That's tomorrow at 7:30 on WSB-TV, Channel 2.
There is a power for high-performance engines. A power that forces its way through clogged fuel injectors and keeps them open. A power that makes sure when you hit the pedal, you get performance. The power is Shell SU-2000 Super Unleaded Gasoline, and it is unstoppable.
In Miami, the city of sun and sand, the word around town is German.
Beck's.
The #1 imported German beer in Miami.
Sports with Chuck Dowdle tonight on Channel 2's Action News.
Well, this injury to Tim Lewis has cast a pall over this otherwise celebrating crowd in Green Bay. Their team leads after 45 minutes, 12-10, but very much on the minds of everybody in Lambeau Field right now is Tim Lewis, the 4th-year cornerback out of Pittsburgh, who bumped helmets with Willie Gault on the play that ended the third quarter, and he'll have to be carried off the field.
You wouldn't want to speculate, but he went down and he did not move. It wasn't a violent collision, but he took it straight on at the top of the helmet. It was not a glancing blow as it was for Willie Gault. And again, we will not speculate. We'll wait until we get official word from the sidelines, or I'm sure they will take him directly to the locker room, Tim Lewis, but it does not look good.
So here in Green Bay, the Packers putting on a great show and leading Chicago by 2, but again, the entire mood right now is a very somber one at Lambeau Field with the injury here to Tim Lewis.
The Packers secondary had gathered around Tim Lewis. They were all, of course, deeply concerned. Willie Gault had gone to the bench. Gault, of course, being the bear with whom Tim Lewis collided. He came back out onto the field along with Walter Payton. Check on the condition of Tim Lewis, who they now have placed in some sort of a device, and now they're going to place him on a stretcher.
Lewis, one of the more underpublicized and underrated cornerbacks in the NFL, and with Green Bay not getting a great deal of national attention over the past 3 years, he's a man with whom you may not be that familiar, but plying his trade in relative anonymity, developing into one of the better cornerbacks in the National Football League.
Again, part of this young Green Bay Packer football team.
So at Lambeau Field,